Hey everyone, my name is Austin and welcome back to SOT Sports Cards. This is a unique setup, as you can probably tell if you've been watching the channel for a long time. This is the first time that there's been a face cam attached to one of these videos. Usually we're opening up boxes, we're opening up some hobby packs, reviewing some products. We're not going to be doing that today. It's just time for some face-to-face talk, kind of an odd time in the hobby, odd time of year, sports cards wise, collecting wise. So wanted to take this chance to kind of try something new out. I've got all this equipment here. We've got a nice microphone. We've got the green screen behind me that you can already tell isn't super cooperative at times, but we'll see how this all goes. I want to use this to kind of, take a break for a second, take a step back from all these openings, just give my honest thoughts about where things are going. You can kind of tell just based on the volume of videos on the channel. The schedule is kind of, I guess, dwindled. I was going like one video a week for the first, I'd say, like 4 months of the year of 2023. Not as many products are coming out. Not as much stuff that's kind of caught my eye that kind of warrants spending. I mean, it's 20, 25, 30 bucks for a blaster. If it's a hobby pack, prices are different. So want to talk through all that stuff here. Kind of a bad news, good news video for the state of the hobby. So bear with me here. Brand new kind of format, but let me know in the comments if you guys enjoy this type of content. If you'd rather never see my face again, I'm the ugliest person in the world. If you don't like my Giants hat, I get it. It pains me to wear non-Boston stuff. I also have some Swing of Things merch, repping that. So hopefully you guys enjoy this, but let me know in the comments what you guys think. I've got some things I want to talk through. We'll start with kind of like the bad side of where things are currently as I record this in mid-May of 2023. But we'll also talk about some good things at the end and on kind of a positive note. This will be a little more like podcast format. So definitely want to get into more of this type of stuff on the channel moving forward. But the big thing right now, as I kind of mentioned, is this kind of gap, I would say. Let me make sure this fits the entire screen. We've got, I don't want to say it's like a bad problem or anything crazy like that. It's a lot of products are still coming out. You can kind of see the dates here. I've scrolled down. This is from Cardboard Connection, the release calendar. We're right around, I would say like right around here at this point, as far as looking at release dates. Things do not look good for someone like me who mainly collects football, who occasionally dabbles in like basketball and baseball. I don't collect any hockey. I love hockey, but I'm not going to sit there and, spend 20, 25 bucks on like an upper deck blaster box. Some of those hobby boxes that are like truly worth it are really expensive. It's getting up there for, I guess, the higher end stuff is starting to come out with Optic and Select across all these different sports. So the biggest thing that there's two things to me that really stand out. One, especially around the month of May, which, yes, it's downtime for football. We're getting into like the draft picks side of things, the NFL draft type of products. Things are just so pushed back. We were at one point in the hobby getting Optic around like Christmas time. Prism was dropping, I believe, if I remember correctly, before the pandemic. It was like October. And then Select, when I first got back into the hobby, it was February of 2020, right before the pandemic. And one of the first like major hobby packs that I opened was a pack of Select football. And it had like just come out at the time, the back in my day style of things. It was like 20, 25 bucks a pack. That was the high end stuff. But still coming out like right around Super Bowl time. Now, fast forward to May of 2023, I get, the pandemic impacted things. It impacted release calendars. But the biggest thing to me is we have Optic football coming out almost in June. I don't even know if May 31st is like an official drop date. And Select football, where is it here? There it is, June 9th. That is, I guess, problematic in my eyes as a football fan. The hype from the 2022 NFL draft class at this point already wasn't there. It's tough for me. I love Optic football, my favorite product, if you guys know about that at this point, if you've watched the channel. It's tough for me with a low hype draft class more than 3 months after the 2022 season ended to really want to like dive in, invest money on Optic. Granted, if we're sitting here, I'm a Patriots fan, I want to collect Mac Jones, Optic comes out around this time, I'm going to, probably buy blaster boxes, mega boxes, whatever. I will still dive in on something like that. But when your top rookie at this point is Kenny Pickett, and the Steelers aren't looking, fantastic. Malik Willis might not even be the starting QB for Tennessee anytime soon. Some of the other rookies, I love Kenneth Walker. I'm a MSU fan. I PC Kenneth Walker, but that's not the type of person that's going to make me spend what's still going to be probably $500 on an Optic football hobby box. Same thing with Select, and the fact that the two are coming out, 3-4 months after the season ends. That is a major, major problem. Also, the fact that these dates, like I said, aren't even set. Optic football initially on the release calendar, when I look back in April, I want to say, was supposed to come. It was supposed to be out by now. It was supposed to be out like first week of May, right around when Optic basketball actually dropped. I don't know if that was just like confusion, what happened there, but Optic football definitely got pushed back. Select football still says June 9th. I wouldn't be surprised if that gets pushed back, especially if there's still retail products for Optic and Select. We'll see how that all goes. But it just leads to a major, major like down period in the hobby, where I would say the last like solid retail release that came out, and it wasn't even that solid, probably Prism, I would say, for like a football perspective. And for basketball, I know Prism mega boxes are sitting on the shelves at this point. Nothing crazy on that front. So doesn't make you super intrigued if you're a collector, whether it's just of retail stuff or of hobby products in general. Doesn't really intrigue you, doesn't make you want to drop the money on all those things. So that's one major issue. The other downside right now is the lack of quality retail stuff. It's been all blaster boxes, hanger boxes, cello packs or hanger packs, whatever you want to call them. No real guaranteed hit potential. So you're sitting there, do I want to enter a drop for a Prism like exclusive to Fanatics blaster box? Probably not at this point, unless you're guaranteeing me something crazy. I could probably go find, a blaster box of Prism on the shelf at Target or Walmart somewhere around me if I tried hard enough. Or I can buy them online at Target, Walmart. I know Card Giants has gotten some traction recently, so there's a lot of those elements that are kicking in as well. On the plus side of all of this, and I've mentioned this before on the channel, with this kind of downtime in the hobby, these higher end products aren't coming out anytime soon, or if they are, it's still weeks away, it's months after the season. It has actually never been a better time to actually be a collector in the hobby. And I say that with, I know it's kind of a like almost like a false positive in the sense of I just spent all this time being like, well, products aren't coming out, it's tough to get intrigued. But at the same time with that, the stuff that's been on shelves for a long while at this point, the 2022 NFL draft class not being as good, prices are kind of dropping across the board. And the three that I've shown, I have tabs open here for each of these. I've talked about these shops on the channel before. They're my favorite from like an online retailer perspective. I no longer, look like a ghost with how this light saturation is happening. I've talked about these three shops, I guess ad nauseum at this point, but I'm a huge fan of RBI Crew. As far as like any product selection, it could be, baseball stuff, basketball stuff, football stuff. They've got some hockey on there. They always have a ton of options, and honestly, probably some of the better prices in the hobby. Again, I'm a football guy. They're going to have it, the second products are coming out on release day, you could be picking stuff up here. So, I've been looking at limited hobby boxes and packs. I haven't bought anything yet on that front, but if I'm looking at all these, you see sales like across the board. You see Contenders has dropped significantly. You see Prism products have dropped significantly. Limited, I think when it came out was $275, $285. I was seeing it on Grand Slam here. They've upped the price recently. If I go to football boxes, they actually might not even have it still on the site, but it was like $189 for a box of limited football. So you see all these deals kind of coming in. Clearly, Donruss is only $170 for a box. Still expensive. Not saying that it's not expensive, and I completely get it. It's a lot to spend on sports cards. But it has been great on that front. And for someone like me that likes to open up random football packs, like random hobby packs and stuff, I mean, Contenders at $17 a pack rather than start of the pandemic, it was like $40 for what could literally be a pack of 6 base cards. That's a very nice sign to see. That is, I guess, the biggest plus of all of this. As an actual collector myself, I'm not looking to sit here and open up something just looking for a gold parallel, an auto out of 10 or something that I can sit there and resell instantly. You know, if I enjoy the look of a card, I'm going to want to keep it. I want to keep it in my collection, even if it's going in a box for 3-4 years. It's something cool. I love, autos. I love even short print numbered cards that I can keep. I'm not looking to just flip every single thing for a profit like some people are. So for me, this type of thing is fun that I can actually get hobby packs at a reasonable price. I get it for those that use the hobby as a means of I'm going to resell. That's just the rush that they get from it. Everyone has their own, kind of reason for being in the hobby. Completely get it. If you are looking to do that, this is probably not a great time for you because products at this point aren't coming out fast enough for you to get those quick flips. The higher end stuff is still coming. It's getting pushed back. It's kind of been a tough time on that front. So it's been very nice from a collecting standpoint to see these drops in prices. And same thing along the lines of the boombox, where, let's say January of 2021 or like mid pandemic, you might not have been getting as many like great quality packs in some of these boomboxes. I've opened up boomboxes in the past, some on the channel, some packs from the boombox website. You weren't getting the same like bang for your buck that you are now. I mean, you look at the elite boombox for football, for example, you're getting some very, very high quality products. You're getting Select, you're getting Prism, where in 2020, 2021, those 2 packs alone were probably right around this price tag alone. Then you're still getting Mosaic, which at the time was a $70 pack. You're still getting Illusions, which at the time could have been a $50 pack. You're getting all of this. You're getting, a few more extra packs. This isn't an ad. I will preface that. It's just me saying that this is a great example of where the hobby, in my eyes, is heading in a positive direction. If you're looking at it as like a means of making spectacular money, probably not the best time for all that. But it's a good news, bad news situation. It's been kind of fun to see the roller coaster. It's been 3 years, 3 months of being back in the hobby on my end, and seeing that kind of peak instantly of, wow, a box of XR was jumping from 120 to, $350. A box of Select was going from $250 to $1,200, something crazy like that. To now see it kind of come back down. It might seem like a negative, but if you're someone like me that's really into the collecting side of things, I'm actually pretty excited for it. The 2023 draft classes across kind of every sport at this point, between NFL having all the QBs, basketball, there'll be a nice chase card there, a highly anticipated like number 1 pick on that front. Hockey even has Connor Bedard, so that's kind of a fun way to like bring life back to that side of the collecting scene. So very, very exciting time. I know it's been tough from kind of like producing content. I'm not sitting there going to Target and buying, a blaster box every week. I'm not going to my local LCS and buying hobby boxes or anything like that. But it's been kind of fun to see these like shifts, these changes. And even with how we're producing this content, I'm sitting here with some nice equipment, able to do things like this, talk through the hobby. So hopefully we'll be able to do more stuff like this throughout the summer. Again, let me know in the comments if you are enjoying this type of thing, or if you're like, shut up, Austin, I want to see, you open up some random packs, which we will be doing in the next few days here. So be on the lookout for that. Be sure to subscribe if you're liking all the content. It's been really fun kind of evolving the channel at this point. Definitely looking forward to the summer, being able to do more face-to-face stuff like this, but also still some fun openings as all these great high-quality products with Optic, Select, even some UFC stuff coming out will be really, really fun. So hopefully you guys are enjoying everything. Hopefully you're having fun with the hobby, staying safe with the summer coming around if you're living in a warm weather area. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I will talk to you guys again soon.